to the channel. To my left or to your right, we've got Scott. So good morning.
Morning, Dan. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. You?
Yeah, good today. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah. And when I set that monkey off our bats last week, that win going into tomorrow.
Yeah, it was. I can't think of many better days that I've had at Forest, to be honest. Particularly at the City Ground. I mean, I know obviously the semi-final against Sheffield United, but that buzz on Sunday was unbelievable. And I was pleasantly surprised at how well they played. I think just the togetherness, the fighting, the link-up play, I didn't expect it to be quite at that level. So whatever has been talked about in the training ground after Newcastle, I just thought it was a massive effort. Obviously rode our luck. But I kind of felt we deserved it. I know I'm being a bit biased being a Forest fan, but I thought we deserved it.
And that's the thing, because I even said after the game that bar them hitting the post and Declan Rice missing that penalty, you couldn't see us lose them.
No, it didn't. It never felt kind of like we were in trouble. I mean, yeah, they obviously had some moments, but you'd expect that against the Premier League team, and we've just been promoted. And West Ham are no mugs, are they? Let's face it. In the last 2 seasons, they've been, massively on the up to the point where I think they've got something like 60,000 season ticket holders. So for them to come and play the way that they did, because I wouldn't say they played poorly. It's just that I don't think they were unlucky. Obviously at the bar a couple of times, didn't they? I think we definitely got lucky there. I wouldn't say the penalty was lucky. I thought it wasn't the best penalty, but it was a good save. Good work from Lingard to be pointing towards that bottom corner to tell Endo where to go.
Yeah.
And then, the VAR thing, I thought that added something extra to the game, to the atmosphere with the drama. And I must admit, I much prefer. I mean, I know the VAR. I thought the VAR decisions were correct for all. Even the ones that went against Forest, I thought they were the right decisions. And I can take that all day long over inconsistent championship refereeing. So I know VAR don't get it right every week, but I thought I preferred that I preferred having the right decisions to the wrong decisions.
It could tell the difference in the standards from the Championship to the Premier League. I mean, I said as well, all the VAR decisions was right last week. No, I mean, Declan Rice should be taking in injuries penalties at the World Cup.
Yeah, and I thought he was class. I thought he played well, Declan Rice. I thought he was probably their best player. Everything just seemed to go through him. But yeah, he got booked in the first half because he was struggling to cope with Lingard, and I think that just goes to show how well we played. That we rattled when we were going forwards.
And that's the main thing going into the next couple of weeks, how well we play, especially against West Ham. I mean, Everton's not going to like us tomorrow.
No, and I think the good thing is that we haven't started. It's not the rigour of the Championship where you haven't got much time to prepare for the next game. So we've obviously had a week to prepare and look at Everton. And then obviously we've had Emmanuel Dennis, Trailer, Coyote, Chiati, sorry. And then obviously, hopefully Morgan Gibbs will get announced this morning. So to say that we've got 4 more going into that squad next week of that calibre is just like, that's unreal. And I think Yates is back as well, apparently. So all of a sudden, you're looking at that bench and thinking, it's not that weak. We've got plenty of quality to bring on. Quality, should I say.
Quality. I do agree. I mean, hopefully the Forest got all the paperwork in for Gibbs back before that 12 o'clock deadline today. But
Is it today? Is it? Because I was trying to think, was it yesterday or is it today? So I don't know. Hopefully it's today.
yeah, 12 o'clock today.
Is it?
So hopefully if I get everything done, then do the medical after. Well, I think that was done last night, weren't it, from what they were saying?
Yeah, well, I think I saw a picture. Somebody had been down on Pavilion Road near the City Ground, and they saw the stadium lights were on. So whether they were having photos on the pitch and stuff last night, maybe that was the case. I think this has dragged on for so long. You would have thought that it's not going to take very long to get this finalised now.
Well, they were saying yesterday when it all broke, saying that everything been agreed for weeks, personal terms and all that. So it's just a matter of just getting the deal done. So, which is great. I mean, that bench will be looking quality. With well, even without Gibbs, right, if we don't get into the squad tomorrow, I mean, it will be looking a lot more stronger than it was against Newcastle.
Yeah, I think so. It's just, I don't know. Just last week just filled me with so much hope for the season. I thought Toffolo played really well at left backs. I don't think he had the best game up at Newcastle, but I thought he played really well. And Niakate, I just kind of love him already. He's just he's a monster. He is. Nico Williams, you could go for them all. They all played well. Lewis O'Brien I thought he was man of the match. I thought he did. I thought he did play really, really well. And I was a bit worried about Awonyi because I wasn't sure because he didn't start the first game, and I was a little bit. Oh, I hope Cooper. It's not a case if he doesn't fancy him, but I thought he did. I thought he played well. He gave the centre half Zuma a good game, and he's quite awkward to mark, isn't he? He's quite mobile. He's quite awkward to mark, and a little bit unpredictable, I think. So I was just stuffed to bits with it.
And Mangala as well. I mean.
Oh yeah. I forgot. How can I forget him? Yeah. What a player he looked.
Yeah, he looked awesome against West Ham. Like some of the passes he did, you look at it like, oh wow.
Yeah, I mean that move. I think he sprayed the ball out to Nico Williams with like unbelievable slice pass, and to be fair, Nico Williams' pass was nearly as good to nearly get a through ball in. So. I really like the look of Nico Williams. I thought he was a little bit of a mix between Matty Cash and Jed Spence. But I just like the way he was always looking for that forward pass. But defensively, I thought he did really well. He was on his. He was always seemed alert to the danger, and he was like a bag of energy. There was one bit where I think he tackled in the own area in the first half, at the end of the first half, and then he just went on like a 40-yard run carrying the ball and. Nobody could get near him. So, in that heat, it was, I thought that was really impressive to see.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it is really looking good. I mean, that's the thing as well, like you said earlier, that since the pre-season, we had like 1 week before Newcastle, then we had 8 days before West Ham, we got 6 days today, 6 days before tomorrow, man. And so it's like Cooper's actually managing to hold his team, whereas last season he had to do it on the job. So
yeah, and I think as I say, just having that week with the players it's probably been a blessing about the midweek games. They can just spend that extra time getting them prepared. But yeah, I was surprised at how quickly it seemed to come together, but. Yeah, just they were fighting for each other, which was the main thing for me last week was to fight for each other. I mean, they've definitely got quality, and it'll get better. It's going to get better than what it was last week. But if that's like they can put in that kind of performance after 2 games and after probably less than a month together, to play like that against an established Premier League team like West Ham, Europa League football. Last season, it's kind of like, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, against Everton tomorrow night, you're going to be thinking, who would you drop, or would you keep that same team? I mean, it's going to be difficult for anyone to break into that team if they're going to be playing like that week in, week out. I mean, you'd be like, who would you want to start?
Yeah, I think I don't think he'll want to change it too much. I wouldn't have thought, unless there are injuries. I know Niakate went off, didn't he? And
Yeah.
Nico was struggling towards the end a little bit, but fingers crossed, they'll be all right. But I think they deserve to keep the shirts. And Cooper don't like to change things too much unless he goes for a bit of a tactical change, tomorrow. But I think it's a game on paper. When I was thinking, West Ham, Everton, these are games that we need to be kind of picking points up. So I think a point away would be a good result, but I think it's one of those games that are perhaps winnable as well. When you look at Everton's struggles last season, and I think they're going to struggle again this year. It's early in the season. They've had a few injuries. It might be a good time. To go and snatch 3 points, but equally they will see it as a newly promoted team, and they'll be looking at it as this is a winnable game for us. It's almost like a must-win game for Everton in some respects, that they've got to be looking to beat the up-and-coming teams. And they'd looked at that fixture list at the start of the season thinking, right, Forest, Fulham, Bournemouth, we've got to be looking to beat them at home. So I think the atmosphere will be good. Their fans get right behind them when they know they've got to drag a team through, like Forest did, all the way through last season. They'll definitely get behind them at Goodison. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it will be. And I mean, the atmosphere tomorrow is going to be awesome, because we all know Everton fans get behind them, like you said. Forest fans get behind them. So the atmosphere tomorrow is just going to be something else.
Yeah, so I think it's obviously another old traditional away ground, to go to. So, really looking forward to see if we can cause an upset.
Yeah, definitely. What would your score prediction be?
I'm going to go for 2-1 Forest.
2-1 Forest.
Fancy somebody off the bench to get a late winner, I think. Or Dennis or White if he's available.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, it'd be awesome. Will Colback get any game time with the swap options now available?
Yeah, this is it, isn't it, really? I was just thinking this morning, even, I didn't even think about Colback. I was thinking about Yatesy, and I was kind of like, God, he's going to have to play out of his skin to get kind of back into the team now. I mean, I don't think it'll affect Yatesy on a day-to-day basis, because he'll put it in. But, yeah, Colback, you're thinking, is he going to get? But will Colback be around? They'll keep him around maybe for left wing-back cover, perhaps while Richards is out.
No, I was thinking that yesterday when they were on about the Real Madrid left back. I'm thinking they might keep Colback just to cover for the left back.
Yeah, well, I thought, Toffolo maybe gave him something a bit more to think about last week. The way, he set up the goal. I thought he had a few good moments. I think he's just got to believe in himself that he belongs in the Premier League. It wasn't that long ago where he was playing League Two at Lincoln. So he's obviously moved through. But he come from Norwich in the first place. So, he must have good pedigree. And I think he just needs to believe in himself and keep going. And if he plays like he did last week, then we've got a chance of nailing down, as a first choice.
That's good for him as well. I mean, Cooksey came on as well, and he didn't put a foot one either. So it's that sort of that next man standing, and now people gonna be like, oh, shall I keep Cooking or do I keep Nikkei in?
Yeah, I mean, Cookie, with 10 minutes to go, there's nobody better to come on if we've had an injury or if somebody's wobbling, just to bring him on. And you know what you're going to get from Cookie. Just that 100% commitment, head kick, deal with it. So it'd be interesting to see what they do in the transfer market. I think we need another striker, proper in the a 1 year kind of mould as a backup. Maybe him. I don't know whether we need another centre back just as cover, maybe with a bit of pace. And then I don't know. I don't think we're far off being done. I think midfield that's packed. Maybe I don't know who will be the backup wing back at right. So whether they'll look at somebody to come in there. I don't think Jed Spencer's getting a game at Spurs. So
big quality. And then Binakuna can play right wing back as well.
Who can?
Binakuna.
Can he?
Yeah. He played there quite a few times in pre-season.
All right. So, yeah. So at least we've got... I think we're getting to that point now. We wanted 2 for every position, didn't he? So I don't think we're far off. But, Morgan Gibbs-White, Lingard, Brennan Johnson, Emmanuel Dennis, that's unreal. That is absolutely unreal.
Oh, it's good.
So we'll see. You can't get too carried away, but I've never known anything like this as a Forest fan. This is like playing on Championship Manager, playing the cheat mode, and then selling somebody to Blackburn Rovers for about 300 million back in the day, and then you'd have a massive transfer budget, and it's just crackers, really.
Oh, it is, to be fair. I'd like to say thank you for coming on.
No worries, Dan. Thank you.
It's right. Your socials, Munich and Madrid, isn't it?
Yeah, Munich and Madrid on Twitter.
Yeah, it is quality what Scott do on it. So do give him a follow.
Cheers, Dan.
Yes, right. So I'd like to thank you for watching, guys.